Margaret, at 82, could barely hold her knitting needles. Her hands were stiff, painful, and felt useless. Her doctor gave her pills, but they only upset her stomach. Then she learned a secret from an old family doctor. It wasn't about swallowing pills. It was about rubbing a simple 2-ingredient paste onto her hands. This is the truth about combining castor oil and Epsom salt that most women over 60 never hear. When you rub this mixture on specific parts of your body, you can quickly help address 13 common health issues. But there is a major warning. If you mix this the wrong way or put it in the wrong place, you will waste your time and your money. The secret is in the recipe and the location. I will show you exactly how to do it. Let's begin. Number 13. Soothing stiff, painful joints. Let's start with Margaret's story. The reason her hands were so stiff was inflammation. Think of it like rust in a hinge. Here is why this combination works so well. Castor oil has something in it called ricinoleic acid. All you need to know is that this acid is incredibly soothing to inflamed tissue. But when you add Epsom salt, you are adding magnesium. Magnesium is what tells your muscles and tissues to relax. Together, one soothes the inflammation and the other relaxes the tension. Here is the exact paste Margaret used, what old doctors call a compress. First, you must dissolve 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt in a tiny bit of very warm water, just enough to make it liquid. In a separate bowl, put 3 tablespoons of castor oil. Now, pour the dissolved salt water into the oil and mix it. It will form a thick, slightly warm paste. Gently rub this paste onto your painful joints, your knuckles, your knees, your elbows. Don't rub hard, just apply it. Now, cover the joint with a small cotton cloth. Cover that cloth with a piece of plastic wrap to keep the heat in and protect your clothes. Finally, place a heating pad on low or a hot water bottle over it for 20 to 30 minutes. Margaret did this every night. She said after about a month, the pain was finally manageable. She was able to pick up her knitting needles again for the first time in years. The biggest mistake is making the heating pad too hot. You're not trying to cook the joint. You're trying to help the oil penetrate. Gentle, low warmth is always better. This compress is wonderful for joints. But for those painful leg cramps that wake you up at night, we need a completely different method. I'll show you that next. Number 12. Easing nighttime leg cramps and muscle soreness. You're fast asleep, and suddenly a sharp seizing pain shoots up your calf. It's a leg cramp, and it's agonizing. This often happens because your muscles are not getting the right signals, sometimes from a lack of magnesium. Let's talk about William, who was 75. These cramps ruined his sleep every single night. His wife said he hadn't slept well in years. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. When you soak in it, your skin absorbs the magnesium, which helps muscles relax properly. Castor oil adds its anti-inflammatory properties, easing the soreness left behind by the cramp. This is the therapeutic bath method. Run a warm bath, again, not scalding hot. For seniors, warm is safer and just as effective. Add 1 full cup of Epsom salt to the running water. Add 2 tablespoons of castor oil. Soak for at least 20 to 30 minutes, making sure your legs are fully underwater. William started doing this right before bed. After 2 weeks, he was sleeping through the night without interruptions. Now, a common mistake. Some people don't have a bathtub. They try to make a rub instead. That's fine, but they often get the ratio wrong. For a targeted rub, you need to mix 3 tablespoons of castor oil with 2 teaspoons of Epsom salt. You massage this directly into the muscle before bed. This helps relax your muscles. But what about relaxing your mind? If you can't fall asleep, even without cramps, the next point is for you. We're going to apply this mixture to a very specific place. Number 11, improving sleep and relieving insomnia. You lay in bed. Your body is tired, but your mind is running. You check the clock. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you just can't shut off. The magnesium in Epsom salt is famous for calming the nervous system. It helps your brain regulate the signals that tell you to relax and feel sleepy. The castor oil simply adds a soothing, warming property. This is the sleepy feet rub. First, dissolve 2 teaspoons of Epsom salt in a tiny bit of warm water. Mix this with 3 tablespoons of castor oil. You'll have a slightly gritty, warm lotion. About 30 minutes before you want to sleep, sit on the edge of your bed. Massage this mixture into the soles of your feet. Really work it in. Then put on a pair of comfortable cotton socks. Some old doctors even suggest taking a tiny dab of the mixture and rubbing it on your temples and behind your ears. Most people report falling asleep faster and waking up less during the night. It usually takes about 3 to 5 nights to notice the full effect. The mistake is thinking a foot soak is the same. A soak is good, but the targeted rub that you leave on overnight with socks allows for slow, steady absorption while you rest. While this helps your mind and feet relax, many women feel heavy and uncomfortable because of swelling in their ankles. Next, I'll show you how to use this mixture to help with that puffy, swollen feeling. Number 10. Reducing swelling and inflammation in feet. You look down at the end of the day, and your ankles have disappeared. Your feet are puffy, swollen, and tender. This is often from fluid and inflammation building up. This is where the mixture shines. The castor oil's main ingredient is a powerful anti-inflammatory. It helps reduce that inflammation. The Epsom salt, or magnesium, helps improve circulation and tells your blood vessels to relax, which lets trapped fluid move out. This is the swollen foot soak. Get a basin large enough for your feet, fill it with warm water, add half a cup of Epsom salt, add 2 tablespoons of castor oil, and stir it around. Soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. But here is the secret step. After the soak, don't just get up. The most important part is to then elevate your legs above your heart for another 10 to 15 minutes. This uses gravity to help all that fluid you just loosened up drain away. A common mistake is using this for new swelling. If your ankle is swollen because you just twisted it and it feels hot, you should use a cool application, not a warm one. You can even keep a pre-mixed balm in the fridge for this purpose. Reducing swelling is great, but what if your feet aren't just swollen, they're also painfully dry and cracked? The recipe for that is completely different. That's coming up next. Number 9. Healing dry skin, cracked heels, and eczema. You look at your heels, and they are so dry they've cracked open, or you have patches of eczema on your elbows or hands that are itchy, flaky, and painful. As we age, our skin stops making as much oil. Castor oil is what's called a hydrating oil, meaning it locks moisture into your skin and forms a protective barrier. The Epsom salt, when dissolved, acts as a gentle exfoliant to remove the dead skin and help soothe the redness and inflammation. This is the therapeutic balm. First, you must dissolve 1 teaspoon of Epsom salt into 1 teaspoon of warm water. Stir until it's completely dissolved. In a bowl, combine 4 tablespoons of castor oil and 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. The coconut oil helps the texture. Add the dissolved salt water to the oils and mix it all together. It will form a thick, rich balm. Apply this balm to the dry, flaky, or cracked areas. Use a gentle patting motion, not a hard rubbing one, which can irritate eczema. For cracked heels, apply this balm generously at night, and then put on cotton socks to lock it in while you sleep. You will see a huge difference in just one morning. The mistake is to not dissolve the Epsom salt first. If you just mix dry salt with oil, the sharp crystals will be too harsh and can tear your skin, making eczema much worse. This balm heals the skin on the outside. But what about a problem that starts inside the digestive system, like constipation? I'll show you the safe, external way to handle that. Number 8. Relieving constipation and bloating. You feel bloated, heavy, and backed up. It's uncomfortable and can ruin your whole day. First, let's be very clear. Old doctors do not recommend that seniors drink castor oil. It can be very harsh, cause intense diarrhea, and lead to other problems. We are going to use a much safer external method. When you massage this mixture onto your abdomen, the castor oil helps to stimulate the muscles of your intestines from the outside. The magnesium from the Epsom salt helps your body relax and eases tension and gas buildup. This is the belly rub. First, dissolve 1 teaspoon of Epsom salt in a small amount of warm water. Mix this with 2 tablespoons of castor oil. Apply this mixture to your belly. Now, the secret step, you must massage in a specific direction. Use gentle, clockwise circular motions. This follows the natural path of your digestive system. Do this for 10 to 15 minutes, ideally before bed. Afterward, cover the area with a warm towel for about 20 minutes. This gentle method often helps promote regularity within 24 to 48 hours. Besides drinking the oil, the other mistake is massaging in the wrong direction. Going counterclockwise can actually make things feel worse. Always go clockwise. This external rub is a game changer. And speaking of game changers, if you don't have a quality castor oil at home, I've put a link to a trusted, cold-pressed, organic brand that I recommend in the description below. Now, let's talk about something even more stubborn than constipation: fungal infections. Number 7. Addressing stubborn fungal infections. You have that constant, nagging itch between your toes from athlete's foot, or you have discolored, brittle toenails from a nail fungus. This is where castor oil really shines. It contains a powerful natural antifungal agent called undecyclinic acid. This ingredient is actually used in many over-the-counter fungal treatments. It creates an environment where fungus just can't grow. The Epsom salt helps by cleansing the skin and soothing the irritation. This is a targeted antifungal mix. This time, we want a stronger salt concentration. First, dissolve 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt in just 1 tablespoon of warm water. Mix this with 2 tablespoons of castor oil. Now wash and thoroughly dry the affected area. Fungus loves moisture. Apply this mixture directly onto the athlete's foot or the affected toenails. If it's on your feet, leave it on for 30 minutes, then rinse and dry completely. If it's for nail fungus, you can apply it, cover it with a breathable cotton sock, and leave it on overnight. The biggest mistake is not being sanitary. You must wash your hands before and after. Never reuse a cloth, and wash your socks and bedding in hot water to prevent it from coming back. This mixture is powerful for things on the skin, but what about problems under the skin, like those ugly, bulging varicose veins? That requires a special technique. Number 6. Helping the appearance of varicose veins. You have those twisted rope veins on your legs. They make you feel self-conscious, but they also ache, throb, and make your legs feel heavy. Linda, a 64-year-old receptionist, had this exact problem from standing all day. She was even considering surgery. Let's be clear, this remedy will not cure varicose veins, which are caused by faulty valves. What it does do is help with the symptoms. The castor oil helps stimulate blood circulation, and the magnesium from the Epsom salt helps blood vessels relax, which improves overall blood flow. This combination helps reduce that heavy, aching, swollen feeling. This is the contrast soak method, which is like exercise for your veins. You will need 2 basins. Basin 1 is the warm one. Fill it with warm water, half a cup of Epsom salt, and 2 tablespoons of castor oil. Basin 2 is the cold one. Fill it with cold water and a few ice cubes. First, soak your legs in the warm basin for about 15 minutes. Then move them to the cold basin for 30 to 60 seconds. Move back to the warm basin for 2-3 minutes. Repeat this cycle 3 times. Here is the secret step. You must always end with the cold water. This final cold blast helps the vessel walls contract and eases that feeling of heaviness. Linda used this soak. She said by day 7, the heavy feeling disappeared, and the swelling was gone by day 10. She was able to dance at her granddaughter's wedding. A common mistake is just rubbing the oil down the legs. For varicose veins, you should always massage gently and in an upward motion toward the heart. This method helps move blood up the legs. But what if the problem is that your feet are just painfully cold all the time? That's next. Number 5, improving poor circulation and cold feet. Your hands and feet feel like blocks of ice, even when you're indoors. You wear thick socks to bed. This is a classic sign of poor circulation. Robert, who was 70, had this exact problem. He suffered from pins and needles every winter and said he couldn't feel his toes. The magnesium in Epsom salt is critical for this. It helps your blood vessels relax or open up, which enhances blood flow and oxygen. The castor oil adds a gentle warming effect that stimulates blood movement in the skin. This is the circulation soak. Add 1 cup of Epsom salt to a warm basin of water. Stir in 1 tablespoon of castor oil. For an extra boost, old doctors would add a small pinch of a warming agent, like ground ginger or mustard powder. Soak your feet for 20 to 30 minutes. And here is the secret step. While you are soaking, don't just sit there. Move your feet. Do ankle circles, spread your toes, and point and flex your feet. This active movement helps push the blood through the small capillaries. Robert used this soak with the warming agent and the movements for just 5 evenings. He said he could feel his toes again for the first time in 3 years. The mistake is not moving. A passive soak is good, but an active soak where you move your feet is what really gets the circulation going. This soak is fantastic for circulation, but what about that tingling and numbness that isn't from cold, but from nerve issues? That requires a special 2-part method. Number 4, relieving symptoms of peripheral neuropathy. You have that awful tingling, numbness, or pins and needles feeling in your feet, but it's not from being cold, it's from nerve discomfort or neuropathy. This is a 2-part attack. The magnesium from the Epsom salt soak helps calm the nerves and can block pain signals. Then the castor oil's ricinoleic acid has anti-inflammatory properties that are believed to help with nerve pain specifically. This is the soak and rub method. Part 1 is the soak. Dissolve 1/4 cup of Epsom salt in a basin of warm water. Add 3 tablespoons of castor oil and stir. Soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. Part 2 is the rub. This is the most important step. Without rinsing your feet, lift them out and gently pat them dry. Take a small additional amount of plain castor oil and massage it directly into the feet for 5 minutes per foot. Focus the massage on the balls of the feet and around the toes, as this is where neuropathy symptoms are often the worst. Regular use, about 3 times a week, has been reported to reduce tingling and improve sensation within 2 to 3 weeks. Here is a critical warning. If your neuropathy is caused by diabetes, you must be extremely careful. Heat is contraindicated, meaning you should not use it. Your water must only be warm, never hot, as you may not be able to feel if it's burning you. This method helps calm nerves. But what about a problem that causes nerve pain, like a headache? Number 3, easing headaches and migraines. You feel that familiar tightness in your temples or at the back of your neck. A tension headache is starting, and you're afraid it will turn into a migraine. Many headaches are caused by muscle tension and inflammation in the neck and temples. The magnesium from the Epsom salt is a muscle relaxant, and the castor oil's anti-inflammatory properties help ease the inflammation and pressure. This is the headache compress. Dissolve 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt in a bowl of warm water. Soak a soft cloth or flannel in this salt water. Wring it out so it's damp, not dripping. Drizzle a few drops of warm castor oil onto the cloth. Lie down in a quiet, dark room. Place this warm, damp compress over your forehead and temples, or, even better, drape it across the back of your neck. Many tension headaches start in the neck. Just rest with the compress for 15 minutes. The combination of warmth, magnesium, and anti-inflammatories often helps diminish the headache before it gets severe. The mistake is only treating the head. If your headache is from sinus pressure, you should apply the compress over your forehead and cheekbones to help reduce that specific inflammation. This compress helps reduce inflammation in the head. But what if you have inflammation all over and you feel sluggish and puffy? That's a sign your lymphatic system is blocked. Number 2, supporting lymphatic drainage. You just feel puffy. Your rings are tight, you feel sluggish, and you seem to be holding on to water. This is often a sign of a slow lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is your body's garbage disposal. It clears out toxins and excess fluids. Castor oil is famous in traditional medicine for its ability to support lymphatic flow. The Epsom salt supports circulation, which helps the whole detox process. This is the full-body detox bath. Run a warm bath. Add 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salt. Add 2 tablespoons of castor oil. Soak in this bath for 20 to 30 minutes. While you are in the bath, use your hands or a soft cloth to gently massage the key lymph node areas. These are your armpits, your neck, and the groin area. Use gentle circular motions. This helps encourage the lymph fluid to start moving. The mistake is scrubbing. Your lymphatic system is very delicate and close to the skin. You don't need hard pressure. You need gentle, rhythmic massage. This bath helps your whole body. But we have one more specific problem to cover, a place where this mixture can support healing, but only if you are very careful. Number 1, supporting minor wound healing. You get a small cut or scrape, and it seems to take forever to heal. As we age, our skin just doesn't repair as quickly. This is the most important warning. You never apply this mixture directly into an open wound or on broken skin. So, how does it help? By improving the healing environment around the wound. The castor oil improves circulation to the surrounding tissue, and the Epsom salt helps cleanse the skin. This brings more nutrient-rich blood to the area to speed up repair. Use the basic paste, 3 parts castor oil to 1 part dissolved Epsom salt. First, clean and dress the actual wound as your doctor recommends. Then, take the castor oil and Epsom salt mixture and apply it to the surrounding skin. You must keep a safe zone of at least half an inch away from the wound's edge. Gently massage it into this surrounding tissue. You will notice that the skin around the wound looks healthier, with less redness and inflammation. The mistake is impatience. People put it right on the cut, thinking it will work faster. This will only cause intense irritation and infection and make everything much, much worse.